Good morning. I'd like to talk to you about water testing, and in particular when drinking water quality is the issue. And in previous videos I've explained how to use our test strips to test for chlorine, pH, and hardness. But this morning we want to use our total dissolved solids meter, or TDS meter, to measure the amount of total dissolved solids in the water. And some of the solids are not harmful, but it's interesting that most of the most dangerous contaminants are actually part of the total dissolved solids. Now that includes lead, mercury, arsenic, nitrates, pharmaceuticals. So a lot of these are of great concern, along with sodium. So to measure the total dissolved solids, we're going to use the TDS meter. So we have a sample of municipal water, and we're just going to simply turn the meter on. It's 0. We're going to drop it into the water, and we're going to see that the TDS of this water is 160 ppm. So if you can see that, it's 160. Okay, so that's our benchmark. Now at this point, we don't know what's part of that total dissolved solids. But we would like to have the TDS of the water as low as possible. Now let's say the customer is drinking bottled water. So let's test the bottled water to determine, the TDS content of that water. And a very well-known brand is Aquafina. It's made by PepsiCo. It's interesting, if bottled water says purified on the label, then somewhere else on the label it's going to say purified by reverse osmosis. And that's important to point that out to your customer. I hope you can see that. Now, this is not only the premium brands, but also the price brands, even the 99-cent brand. It's municipal water that's filtered and then processed by reverse osmosis. So let's measure the TDS content of the bottled water processed by RO. And again, turn the meter on. Very simple. Drop the sample into the water, or you could fill this full of water and use this as your container. And now we see the TDS of this water is 12. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but that's the number. So I think that's probably right on the money. That's that roughly 95% reduction factor. So now to explain the system, you'd want to use our pocket catalog. And of course, if you go to the center spread, these are our drinking water systems. And the reverse osmosis system is a series of cartridges, and the first cartridge removes sediment and particulate. The second cartridge is the carbon block cartridge, so it's going to remove all the chemicals, chlorine, taste, and odors. And then the third cartridge is this RO technology. It's really phenomenal technology. It removes the widest spectrum of contaminants, and that's including the ones that are in solution, the ones that are most harmful to us. So now the good water goes through the membrane to a storage tank, and then on the way from the storage tank to the dedicated faucet that's mounted right by your sink, the water flows through the carbon block cartridge and from the tank to the carbon block cartridge for a final polishing and a final filtration to the dedicated faucet. So it's easy to explain. It removes the widest spectrum of contaminants, as I said, but the ones here on the right, the RO technology is the technology for when your customer is concerned with lead and mercury and heavy metals, or nitrates, fluoride, sodium, pharmaceuticals dissolved that appear in municipal water. So the technology is phenomenal, the price is very affordable, and of course if you have our price card, you can quote the price right on the spot. So hopefully This demonstration will help you help your customers improve the quality of their drinking water. If you have further information that needed, refer to our website, safetyzonewater.com.